Then Sri Gopal tested Sri Madhavendra Puri about his surrender. One day, Madhavendra Puri, after 2 years of installing Gopal, while he was resting, he had another dream. And in this dream, Sri Gopalji appeared to him again, the same boy. And he said, "You know what? In this province in Vrindavan, my bodily temperature has still not decreased because for years and years and years, I was just behind that bush and my body had become hot. And even though you arranged for 900 pots of cold water, it has still not made my body cool. My body temperature is still high. So now I want you to bring some sandalwood from the Malaya province and you smear the pulp all over my body." And this place is near Jagannath Puri in a place. And so please go quickly. I know no one else can do it, but only you can do it. So Madhavendra Puri immediately woke up and he said, "This is the order of the Lord again. I should go." He was only concerned with carrying out the desire of Krishna. He was not concerned with what will happen. He is not concerned about how I will do it. He was not concerned about whether I should do it or not. Only thing he's concerned about is I have to do it. That is real renunciation. There was a beautiful palatial temple for Krishna on top of Govardhan Hill, but Madhavendra Puri was still residing as a very simple sannyasi. So then he was given the order, "Go to Jagannath Puri and bring some sandalwood back for me." Now, this is not a simple order. Today, if that order is given, we start booking our flight on Air India or Go Airlines or something of that sort. And we start saying, okay, from Vrindavan, I'll go to Delhi. From Delhi, I'll catch a plane, go to Kolkata or Bhubaneswar. And then from there, I'll go to Jagannath Puri and we get some sandalwood and then ship it back to us. It was not like that. He had to walk all the way from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri by foot, which means so many months going through jungles alone. And then he didn't even know where exactly to go to find the sandalwood that Sri Gopal wants. It was just, he completely depended on Krishna, completely dependent on Paramatma, and the Paramatma guided him how to go, where to go, exactly where. That is the real GPS. Today we need, if you want to go from one place to another, everywhere in the world we have GPS, and without GPS we don't even know how to go. But the real GPS is the Paramatma. Not just for the GPS for the direction of our life, but also for any direction, anywhere, even from going from one place to another. He did not know how to do it. He was inspired from within to ask this person, ask that person, find out where it is. Very difficult task. Alone, a lonely task. But he had full faith that if Krishna has given the order, he will give the facility to execute also. And without a moment's notice, he was willing to leave his beloved Gopal and go all the way to Jagannath Puri. And so he started east towards Bengal, towards Jagannath Puri. Before leaving, he made all the arrangements, engaged different people in different duties of the deity worship of Sri Gopal, and he started for Bengal. And then when Sri Madhavendra Puri, he arrived in Shantipur after months and months. He stayed at the house of Sri Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya had met Sri Madhavendra Puri. And Advaita Acharya then was very, very pleased to see these manifestations of Madhavendra Puri's pure love of conjugal affairs of Radha and Krishna. And he begged Madhavendra Puri for initiation. So Madhavendra Puri then initiated Sri Advaita Acharya, and started traveling south from Bengal. And there, before he reached Jagannath Puri, he came to a village of Remuna, where the same deity of Gopinath was situated, which Lord Chaitanya and his associates were discussing about. And upon seeing the beauty of this deity, Madhavendra Puri was completely overwhelmed. And Madhavendra Puri started singing and dancing, glorifying Sri Gopinath. And then, after some time, he went and asked the pujari, "What kind of foodstuff do you offer to the deity?" Because he was thinking, this is such wonderful, beautiful deity, wonderful standard of worship. Let me see what I can learn from here, so I can then uh, serve my dear Gopal also in the same way. And so Gopinath and Gopal, they are the same. He was always thinking of serving his Gopal in all situations. So he asked the pujari, what what do you do? And so what is offered? And so Gopinath said, well, not Gopinath, sorry, the pujari of Gopinath said, there is an offering of kheer in 12 earthen pots. And because this, after offering, it becomes so sweet, like nectar, we call this sweet as Amrita Keli. Amrita Keli is in 12 pots. It is a kheer that is celebrated throughout the entire world, and it therefore this kheer is like Gopinath kheer is very, very famous. Just like the Balaji Laddu in Tirupati is famous, like that in Bengal, this Gopinath kheer was very, very famous. Uh, so at that time, Pujari offered the 12 pots onto the altar, and Madhavendra Puri just had a thought. Well, if I could only taste the kheer, I could maybe make a similar preparation for my Gopal. But as soon as he realized what he was thinking, he immediately felt, "Oh, I'm so offensive. Krishna is honoring the bhoga. Krishna is eating the bhoga, and I'm thinking of eating the same food. I'm so fallen, so offensive, and I will not eat anything now. This is not." And he felt so bad about it, because he said this bhoga is for Krishna's enjoyment. That's why it's called bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment, not our enjoyment. It's for Krishna's enjoyment. And then when he accepts it, it becomes prasad, it becomes mercy. And Madhavendra Puri was thinking, just a thought came to my mind while Krishna was eating. I will not eat. He was feeling so guilty, so remorseful. And he started chanting with such humility to beg for forgiveness for this. Because even though he was a pure devotee, for pure devotees, even a thought that comes, because as long as we are in this material world, thoughts of enjoyment will come in our body, in our mind. That's not a bad thing, that a thought of enjoyment comes. How we react to that thought of enjoyment is what decides whether we are advanced or still immature in our Krishna consciousness. Because the thoughts of enjoyment, even Yamunacharya, he said, Yad avadhi mama cheta Krishna padar vindayor. Navanava rasa uditum rantemasit. Yamunacharya, the spiritual master of Ramanujacharya, a grand spiritual master, he said that since I have started performing devotional service, Yadavadi Mamacheta Krishna Padharavinde, since the lotus feet of Krishna, I'm meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna, Navanava Rasa Udita Rantumasit, newer and newer rasa I'm experiencing. Tadavadhi Nari Sangame Smaryamane. And when I think of material sense enjoyment, Bhavati Mukha Vikaraha Sushtu Nishti Vanamcha, that my lips curl in distaste and I spit at the thought. So even such a great devotee as Yamunacharya, he is acknowledging that these thoughts do come to his mind. But how he reacts? He reacts by his lips. Just the thought make his lips curl in distaste and he spits at the thought. That is how a great devotee, a pure devotee responds. So this thought of enjoying the bhoga came to his mind, and he thought, his lips curled in distaste. He said, why am I thinking of this kind of an enjoyment when a when a place is very, very clean? Even if there is a spot of dirt, immediately it's visible. But if a place is already dirty, it's all garbage there, the same amount of dirt, if it is put there, it doesn't make any difference. So the heart of a pure devotee is like that clean place, pure heart, clean heart. And that's what Lord Shiva is actually saying, Srila Prabhupada is saying in this purport, the last line. Only after accumulating many pious activities in various births does one get the opportunity to personally associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, since only the pure can reach him. He is the Supreme Pure. That's how Srila Prabhupada ends this purport. And Sri Madhavendra Puri, his mind was so pure that a little thought of even enjoying the bhoga which was being offered to Krishna made him feel so, it became so obvious in his mind. For us, we start with the thought, oh, what am I going to eat? I want to eat this. So I will prepare what I like and then I will offer it to Krishna so that I can eat it later. The prasad. Our thought sometimes is already contaminated. But here, even though Madhavendra Puri was having that thought for the service of the Lord, he was wanting to taste just so that he could make a similar preparation for serving Gopal. He still felt that this is offensive. And so then he was feeling very, very guilty. He started chanting Hare Krishna, crying, and then while chanting, he just slept. And in his dream, Gopinath came. Look at the great fortune of Madhavendra Puri. Gopal came in his dream twice, and then Gopinath is coming to his dream, and he said, Madhavendra Puri, please get up and open the temple, open the door of the temple. I have reserved one pot of sweet rice for Sri Madhavendra Puri. I'm sorry, this dream actually came to the pujari. And this pujari was told by Gopinath that I have kept one pot of sweet rice for Madhavendra Puri. And this pot of sweet rice is behind my cloth curtain. Just, you will not be able to see it. You did not see it. I hid it from you. But there is a sannyasi named Madhavendra Puri. He's sitting in the marketplace. Go out, take this sweet pot of sweet rice and deliver it to him. And so this pujari immediately woke up from the dream. And I beg forgiveness, it wasn't Madhavendra Puri. The dream was from the pujari. And he took his bath, he went to the temple, he went behind the curtain, he found the hidden pot of kheer behind the deity. He was like, wow, just like the dream. And so he took that pot of kheer and he went outside and he said, is there anyone called Madhavendra Puri? Who is Madhavendra Puri? Please take this pot. May the sannyasi, whose name is Madhavendra Puri, please come and enjoy this wonderful pot. This is from the Lord himself. And he started saying so many wonderful things about this person named Madhavendra Puri, that Gopinath personally has stolen the kheer just for him. And he started asking all the villagers, are you Madhavendra Puri? Are you Madhavendra Puri? And in this way, the glories of Madhavendra Puri was going all over Remuna. This is the arrangement of the Lord, that he, even though he glorifies his devotees. And then Madhavendra Puri, he came out very humbly and he identified himself. And then the priest, "You are Madhavendra Puri?" He immediately paid obeisances, prostrated obeisances to Madhavendra Puri, and then related his dream. And then Madhavendra Puri, he became absorbed in ecstatic love. He was thinking, Krishna is so merciful. I am so offensive still, and I don't deserve it. Still, Krishna kept this for me. This is how a devotee reciprocates. Sometimes we may think, oh wow, I'm so great that Krishna saved the spot for me. I must really be great. That's sometimes the thought that first comes to our mind. But we should battle that thought and come back to reality and understand, no, 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 I'm actually offensive. But even then, Krishna is giving this. So I should be now grateful, and we should be filled with this feeling of gratefulness. And then Madhavendra Puri, he was also a bit embarrassed because now everyone was glorifying him. And Madhavendra Puri said, now I should just honor the prasad and just leave from here immediately, as soon as possible. Because a devotee, to hear his own glorification is an austerity for the devotee. So, out of humility, Madhavendra Puri did not want to become famous. He did not want to do anything with this. He just left after that. And then walking and walking, he finally reached Jagannath Puri. And in Jagannath Puri, he had the darshan of Lord Jagannath. He was in ecstatic love. And even in Jagannath Puri, before he came, his fame had spread in Jagannath Puri. Everywhere, every town, every village, before he arrived, his reputation already reached there. And everyone came there, they greeted him, celebrated him, and Madhavendra Puri didn't like this. So then he wanted to leave Jagannath Puri as soon as possible, because he had come to just take darshan of the Lord, but people were honoring him as a great devotee. But this he felt insecure in that glorification, because he felt, I'll be distracted from the real service that I've come here for. I've come here for taking the sandalwood for Gopal, but this all these devotees glorifying me and then asking me to bless them, and all of that is it might just attract my mind. I just have to get out of the situation and focus on my service. And so, for the sake of service to Gopal, he went. He left that place and he went to. He actually tried using his fame in the service of the Lord, and he said, "Okay, okay, okay. You are glorifying me. You are telling all these things to me, but please help me in my service. I have come here to get the sandalwood pulp." He told the servants of Lord Jagannath, all the great devotees there about the appearance of Gopal, how Gopal came in his dream, how Gopal is now installed, and Gopal has instructed me to get the sandalwood pulp. And everyone believed him because they had already heard that Gopinath specially took a piece of pot, saved a piece of pot for him. So definitely, Gopal must have instructed him to get the sandalwood pulp. And then all the villagers, all the devotees in Jagannath Puri, they helped him get the sandalwood pulp, and with get the sandalwood, and then with devotees, he with few servants, he was sent back to Vrindavan. Now again, several months of journey, taking all of that. And he was willing to pay. On the way, he had to pay taxes, tolls, he had to release the papers, and all the paperwork he had to do. And he was willing to do that for the service of the Lord. And then finally,